everyone, Ronan back. We're watching Ghost in the Shell, episode 6. We just got a really great episode. Last time, Kayabuki got threatened with an assassination, and it was foiled by Section 9, per usual. Really great episode. That was definitely a main arc thing. So we basically got introduced to, more characters. Though we didn't get the name of the new character just yet. But yeah, definitely like how the season's progressing. This time it kind of like already is giving us a lot of information on the main arc, but also we've gotten some standalones too for sure. So and some good information on the individual 11. You know, at least little tidbits here and there. Nothing to like really solidify to be like, okay, this is who they are. This is what they do. But because kind of part of their thing is to be standalone, so to be individualists, and really the only thing that's really tying them together is the symbol, you know, that they've chosen. Good stuff so far. We're gonna go ahead and push on forward, and not too sure what this one's about at all. But anyway, guys, if you haven't yet, please like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really helps me out. And thank you to all my patrons that have jumped on so far. We are 3 weeks ahead of YouTube, so feel free to jump on that if you want to get ahead on these. But we're gonna go ahead and dive on in. I like how it says TV 14. Not that I don't think a 14-year-old could not handle these things, but especially nowadays, kids are pretty smart with all the access to information they have. Here I am, a full-grown adult, sitting here still scratching my head on like what everything means and everything. So I would be impressed if a 14-year-old understood most of everything in here.
A homicide staged to look like an accident?
From what the investigators tell me, the victim was apparently hit with such force
Holy
that
shit.
there's little doubt his brain case was critically damaged.
I guess our probe into the blackmailing of the Energy Ministry just came to a dead end.
Assuming that this man was working alone.
That was just crazy to see like the branding on around the eye.
It's entirely possible the information we have about an Energy Ministry scandal is just a bluff.
Even so,
And then
his
like
death was made to look like
just
an
then
accident,
I was kind of
right as we were
altering my perception of the body there, of like
the symbol.
I think it's the logo for the
not
Shinjuku
necessarily
Ward.
that
area
that we're
that
looking at
sank
a
in the
dead
war.
body,
Right.
but we're
I
looking
don't know
at
why,
like
but for some
an
reason his brain
empty
case-
shell, essentially. Like there was the person's brain in there. That was the person operating the whole thing. Think
Clues
further than
determining
that,
the
which
man's
is like,
identity.
well, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, a cyborg
This
or
is a
robot,
wedding
whatever.
ring, isn't
If
it?
someone like hurts the person's foot, you know, damages the foot, you know, that there are most likely laws behind, hey, you can't just hurt people like that, even though it's not a real foot, you know, or whatever. So it's just fascinating, just where this society has gone, you know, making strides in social justice and things like that. Because I'm sure there was some shit that went down once
If you
people
spent
started
your
getting
time checking out
cyberized on
every
whether
little
or not
lead,
they were
you'd
still
never get
human or
any
not.
work
There
done.
had to have been, you
Well,
know,
we don't
pushback on
usually
that.
meet our sources in person, but he said he would send me something that would prove his story.
It's completely black.
The guy must have figured he wouldn't get the proof he wanted from digital data. There's really nothing on it, though.
We'll see about that.
I want you to head out to Tokyo on your own. In the meantime, while you're en route, I'll find out which terminal was used by the victim.
Is the radiation gonna be a problem?
There's been no radiation.
Like, just get your ass over there. I wonder. So did flooding occur? I mean, I guess that's a dumb thing to ask, but is the general idea that water's rising, you know, every year?
I'm not worried about that. It's just a gut reaction.
Do you feel sick? In that case, I can let you ride in my pod if you want to. Oh, a wife guy, eh?
I would feel better having the Tachikoma with me, even though he would stick out like a sore thumb. Still, just their demeanor and the way they talk would, you know, comfort me, I think. the way they're screaming.
Fellow wearing a black suit asked me about this guy. Had a face that would give you a heart attack, too. Like this.
Who could that be?
Do you happen to know someone named Kotan Kanji?
Yeah. Come on.
No, you don't go walking around with strange people. There you go, Togasa.
I knew it. That last one was the Holy Grail. A once-in-a-lifetime
They're still looking for another brain case with like another theater in it. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Way to go, Togasa.
Ruriko Asagi. She told me she worked for a refugee support NGO 2 years ago. And that's when she met Kotan. Apparently, she came out to Tokyo from...
All right, we get it. We get it. She's hot. All right. I mean, obviously there's a situation going on, but
Kotan, he's dead, isn't he? You know, he gave.
I like that like Togasa's not even phased by this. Like he's a dedicated family guy and a good person.
When he attempted to get his ID, Kotan's prosthetic body.
You know,
got
there's no
flagged
anime
during his
tropes in here. They're
inspection.
just like,
He didn't
like
meet the
I,
non-performance requirements,
you
so
know,
he couldn't leave.
they're not hitting on each other, which is kind of like refreshing.
Didn't you have any way of getting in touch with Kotan?
I called him again and again. I even told him I'd do whatever I could to help him get a new prosthetic body.
Yeah, they've been watched.
Your fiancé had come under suspicion of attempting to blackmail a government agency for money.
In life, Kotan may have been dealt more than his fair share of bad luck, but he'd never stooped to doing anything unlawful.
They were saying that anyone who was willing to go all the way inside Uchkan 7 would get paid with a good body for free.
For free?
Yeah. That's the name of one of the sunken areas. But come to think of it, I've never heard of anybody actually getting one of those bodies.
Running away would have been the dead giveaway that you know something.
They told us that they were excavating some kind of installation that was buried during the war. They also said we'd be diving a long way down, so we were instructed to report after we went full prosthetic. One catch.
That's got to be scary.
Was this logo on the prosthetic bodies?
Yeah. It was on all of them. We were wearing dust masks, but we still turned pitch black.
So there's a lot of, I'm assuming, yeah, a lot of radiation.
So the professor gave me this thing saying to keep my eyes peeled, and if it ever turned black, get out of there fast. Sirens started blaring all of a sudden. And just as I was wondering what was going on, some guys who looked like technicians were carried out on stretchers from the inner work site.
Oof.
Then and there it finally sank in. That the job was really dangerous. I happened to glance back and see that the rest of the guys we were working with had been sealed in by some huge steel doors.
And Kotan? What happened to him after that?
Wow, so
He said
whatever
something about
happened,
having to
they
tell
were
the world
like,
what he saw down in the tunnels. The people needed to know what was
they didn't
going on
care
there.
about the safety about everybody. There's probably some confidential things going on there too, so they probably were just like getting rid of witnesses.
If you go in through here, you should be able to get to it. Sorry, but this is as far as I'm going.
So I mean, they're down there and there's obviously radiation. Are they getting something nuclear out of there? Yeah, definitely nuclear. We got these symbols around here.
This place is...
Oh shit. Holy shit. Yeah, nope.
Crap. Come on already, jump!
Come on, lady. I wonder like what those robots are doing though, or those suits are doing. Like, I would assume they have like a gun on them or something, right? Actually, it doesn't look like they do have a gun on them. Jeez. Oh shit, okay. I would have thought they would have given up, like, right there. Jeez, they are right on their ass. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dutch coma. Oh shit.
Tachikoma!
You beautiful bastard. Jeez. Okay. Oh, those are smokestacks. Interesting cover that they got there.
Unfortunately, he was smart enough to figure out what kind of installation was down there. And for that, he was killed. If you run into any trouble, call me right away, okay?
My guess is they had an accident with the reactor while they were working, and then tried to cover it up by hastily starting to bury everything.
Oh, there's that guy. Oh man, they already got him? Oh, and they're gonna get her. They got her. Oh no. Damn. Man, they already got even like the guy that didn't even want to like go help. Because the guys in black saw him help him. That's right. Man, that's crazy. Even though that like felt like its own thing, it there was a connection to Goda, which is the guy in black, the guys in black suits. So maybe this was not like, I mean, it was its own thing, it's its own standalone thing, but it's still connected in some way, you know, to people from the main arc. That's really interesting, actually. So it looks like they were excavating, yeah, nuclear power source of some sort, plutonium, perhaps. Yeah, and then yeah, it looked like an accident happened, and then they tried to bury it, and yeah, it looks like, you know, the guy tried to expose them, and then they took care of him. But yeah, it's interesting that the military, they're thinking the military doesn't know anything about that. They're just protecting it, I guess. So they're only on a need to know basis. But that sucks though. That I mean, do we just assume that they were killed, basically? Or just taken somewhere? Who knows? Like, I guess we can just assume that they were killed, which sucks. But and then it's like also like, you know, it's really lucky of Togusa to be the one that they let go. But maybe it's because of his position at Section 9, and you know, maybe they have plans for them for other things, you know, which if they're keeping them alive, you know, keeping them at least together as a unit, it can only mean, you know, maybe worse things to come for them. But man, that was another good episode. Good Togusa episode. It's interesting that like Togusa as a character is especially in the context of the group. I mean, he potentially could be like one of the lesser interesting characters, just because he's not very cyberized, and just the way he carries himself, you know, he's just a normal guy basically, yet they still are able to write a story for him to make him actually very interesting, and plus it even heightens the risk factor for him, because he's not full cyborg, you know, like he can't just, you know, jump 20 feet in the air. You know, he can't take, you know, 30 bullets like that other guy did that other episode, and jump through the ceiling. You know, he barely could make that, you know, 7-foot jump there to those stairs, and so it's kind of like an increased thing, and plus he's there by himself, and luckily he had Tachikoma there, because otherwise he would have been screwed. But and then who knows what would have happened to him. And but yeah, it's really great writing this season. It's somehow has gotten like a little better than the last season. Last season's got some really good stuff too, but it's like to take what seems to be a standalone episode, add little bits of continuity to kind of tie other episodes to it, and just like really small elements, but those really small elements turned out to have really big effects by the end of the episode. Like those men in black, they're just there in the background the entire time, but then all of a sudden right there at the end, you see the effect that they have on that story, which was, oh, there's these two characters you saw that were, you know, that you kind of grew to like a bit, they're gone, you know, no more. And that affects Togusa, because Togusa figures it out right when he leaves, you know, because he's smart. He knows, like, if he called that lady and she doesn't pick up, that he's like, oh shit, like, they got her too. So, which I'd be interested in seeing if those events carry on, you know, at least get mentioned in a later episode. That'd be kind of cool to see like what context that would be. So, awesome episode. Looking forward to the next. So, but thanks guys for watching. That's it from me, and I'll see you next time.